Hello, 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 bonjour, and welcome, bienvenue. I feel like this is so fresh and real, and I'm so excited, and it feels like it's been a long time coming, and that's part of what I want to talk to you about. So first of all, I want to say welcome to Elegant Femme's new home. This has been something that's been in the works. The team has been busily working while I took the month of August off to rest. They've been putting this together, and I just really want to welcome you. Maybe you're here for Elegant Femme for the first time. This is our new site, and so I would say, good for you. Welcome to the beauty. And maybe you've been a part of Elegant Femme for some time, and you remember our old, what do they call them? Scrubs? Our old scrubs. What do they say?
Digs.
Our old digs. So if you've been with us since the beginning and you remember our old digs, and I want to even take my hat more off to you because it wasn't perfect. And I'm sure that this one isn't either, right? Nothing ever is. But here's what I want to explain to you today, and here's what I want to talk about. I started Elegant Femme years and years ago, right? Almost 6 years ago now. And we started off with, this site that wasn't perfect. And really interesting because there was some sort of knowing inside of me that I just needed to get going. And I have a lot of women from around the globe that say, oh, but Tara, I want to start my business, but I can't yet because my website's not perfect, or I can't yet because my business card's not perfect. And they go around, I don't have my program perfected yet, and they go around and around and around with that for years and years and years. Something that I was able to do with Elegant Femme, and I know so many of you out there can resonate with this, is I just started. I got going with what it was I could do. We've all heard the phrase, better done than perfect, right? Well, I really took that to heart. And there's something really important around that phrase because we can stay in limbo. We can wait for the perfect time, the perfect time, the perfect time, the perfect time, right? And the perfect time is what? We're going to talk about what the perfect time is in a minute. This, for me, is our reveal. This is like, we're all getting back in the swing of things. It's kind of back to school for everybody. And I used to wait for back to school catalogs so I could put on a new face. And this is the time. This is the time for us to launch the brand new Elegant Femme website. And wherever you are in your life right now, whatever it is you're waiting for, maybe it's your business, maybe it's that perfect client, maybe it's that perfect something, but just keep waiting. So I want you to look at your watches right now with me, okay? Look at your watch, and if you don't have your watch, if you have your iPhone, okay, whatever it is you check your time on, here we go. Do I have mine? No, mine's in my purse. So look at your watch, and I want you to ask yourself, what is the perfect time? And just look at it for a second, right? What is the perfect time? You know the definition of the perfect time? The perfect time is now. That's it. That's the perfect time. It's now. There's no more perfection than in the present moment. And if you've ever allowed yourself, which I'm sure you've had this experience, whether you're kissing your husband or looking in your child's eye or watching the sunset, and you've connected with the present and you feel that feeling of expansion and you're in it. Eckhart Tolle wrote The Power of Now, right? We know what that feels like. That's the definition of the perfect time. It's now. It's now. So for all of your femme types, from a Frenchie perspective, from a New Yorker perspective, and from an indie perspective, us allowing ourselves to stop waiting in our lives. I was talking to a woman earlier today. She's actually going to be coming to the Paris experience, and she said, I've got to stop waiting. I keep putting myself on the back burner. I've got to stop waiting. So the reason I wanted to reveal this to you and show you, the new site, maybe you've seen the old one, we didn't wait. So whatever it is you're waiting for, I want you to know that you don't need to wait any longer. Okay? You don't need to wait any longer. Allow yourself to begin now. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. What are your tips on getting out of that feeling of paralyzation and waiting for perfection? How is it that you choose to step into the knowing that now is the only time that we have? Hey, I want to hear from you. And I'd love to hear what you think about the site. And speaking of now being the perfect time, last I heard, I was on vacation, like I said, all of August. So last I heard, we have a few spots left for the Paris experience. We have 2 or 3 spots left. And if you've been being called to come to Paris, if you're being called to step into your beauty and your truth and stop putting yourself on the back burner and really know what it feels like to embody your truth, one of the biggest opportunities in the Paris experience is to stop compartmentalizing who we are as women. We might be a different woman that we are with our kids than we are with our husband, than we are with our clients, and sometimes we feel like we're hiding or putting on different masks for different, pieces of our lives. And one of the things that we'll be doing in the Paris experience is getting rid of that and stop compartmentalizing and allowing ourselves to fully be who we are as women in any given circumstance. So if you're really resonating with the time is now and you've been called to come to Paris, then I really invite you to fill out the application. And we're going to be doing something, this Paris experience that we've never done before, that we'll never be able to do again. And it has to do with the Terra Paris line. So those of you that are coming to Paris are going to be experiencing something with the Terra Paris line. You know I love surprises, so I'm not going to give it all to you, but I will tell you that this will be a once-in-a-lifetime experience and you'll be doing something very special with me. So if that interests you and Paris is calling you, fill out the application below. And remember, when you're feeling that edge of anxiety of, oh my gosh, it's not perfect, I can't move forward, I want you to look at your watch or your iPhone, and I want you to remember that what time is perfect? It's now. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.